Ladies and gentlemen, the first DAA winner of this year is Mr. Abhijit Roy, Managing Director and CEO of Berger Paints India, who is from the batch of 1991. Abhijit is a graduate in mechanical engineering from Jadavpur University in West Bengal. He started his career with Asian Paints, joined Berger in 1996 as a product manager. He worked his way upwards as a general manager marketing, vice president sales and marketing, and took over as the managing director and CEO of Berger Paints India in 2012. From a 276 crore turnover of the company in 1996, when he joined Berger Paints, the company's sales figures today are 10,000 crores. Abhijit has also been a chairman of the Confederation of Indian Industries, Eastern Region, and president of the Indian Paint Association. He is also a management committee member and vice president of the Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry. He is an avid reader, loves to travel across the world and listen to old Hindi songs of Kishore Kumar during his free time. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our first DA of 2023, Mr. Abhijit Roy.
Director Krishnan, members of the faculty, dignitaries on the stage and off the stage, dear friends. There are times when one is overwhelmed by the sheer enormity of the occasion and the intensity of the emotions that engulfs him. And this is one such occasion. I am humbled and honored to have been chosen as a recipient of this award. Of all the awards received by me so far, this one is really special. I am lucky to have studied in this institute a few decades back. IIMB ranks not only as Professor Dey was mentioning, as the best, as one of the best in India, but also one of the best in the world. In the recently held NIRF ranking, you would have seen that, normally what happens is the top 3 letters of the English alphabet tends to dominate the rankings in India, which is A, B, and C. But in the NIRF ranking this time, K displays C. And very soon, you will see that B will displace A. And that's because B is the best. A stands for also best. I am lucky in many other ways too. I was born in a country that has always offered opportunity to the deserving. That is how a small town boy from Jamshedpur managed to reach the hallowed portals of IIM Bangalore. I was lucky to have been born to parents who prioritized my education over everything else. I also consider myself lucky to have an extremely supporting wife and son who stood by me through thick and thin. I have also been lucky to have encouraging friends and some incredible colleagues all throughout. You might start thinking that luck is all that is required to succeed in life. Well, that's not entirely true. It's partially true, but not entirely true. There are a few other qualities that one must develop to become a leader. And I will talk about some of the, I'll share with you some of the stories that I have from my life and 3 character traits which I think are very important to become a good leader. Number 1, empathy. This is not taught in any business school, I can assure you that. And this is basically coming from the heart and not from the mind or the brain or the logic. And this is an example which I will give from my experience. When COVID-19 struck for the first time in India, this was a lockdown which was declared for 1 month almost. And every company took 3 decisions. 1, freeze all recruitments and whatever offers had been made to campuses, postpone or cancel them. 2, try and remove some of the old people who have been there with the company for a long time and reduce the workload. Number 3, freeze salaries or reduce salaries of employees. We, on the other hand, on the very first day, took one decision, and I wrote a note to all the employees that none of them will lose their jobs. Largely because these are the people who have stood by us and have worked hard to take this company to this stage and in a crisis, we can't let them down. Number 2 is that all campus offers will be honored, and they will all join on time in the month of June. Number 3, no salary cuts of regular employees or contractual employees will happen. Only senior people may get a cut of their salaries for some time if required. Now, this was done, and what was the end result? The fear and the anxiety in the minds of the employees went away. They focused on what is possible to be done even in a crisis situation, and they started looking for opportunities. We saw that in the rural areas, there was very little impact of COVID. In fact, it was the urban areas which were very badly impacted. So we all decided that we will focus on the rural areas, and the entire team was oriented to cater to the rural market. We had a growth of more than 25% in the rural areas in that particular year, and we managed to close the year with a near double-digit value growth. This taught us a very important lesson, that empathy can really lead to the improvement of the engagement, of the motivation, of the creativity, and of retention of employees. Number 2, positivity. Positivity goes with learning and curiosity as well. So this is a story about demonetization. All of you would have heard of it, and some of you would have, or most of you, or all of you have seen it as well. So when demonetization happened in November of 2016, suddenly sales started crashing. And we saw that, there were big queues, and, there were all people cursing the government and, cursing the fate. And so we talked and thought, that we should look at it positively. How do we come out of this situation even this month? We saw a strange thing happening, that in Kerala, the sales was going up. So I got curious, and I flew down to Kerala to understand and visit the market and see what's going on there. And I realized that the smaller dealers were happily growing. They were selling because the limit was 2.5 lakh at that point of time per month. And you could easily, take material and sell that much without any questions being asked from the government. I came back and sat with the team and decided that we will focus on these small dealers for this month. And we were one of those rare companies in India possibly who would have grown in a demonetization month as well. The third lesson is strong communication skill. There used to be a subject, I don't know whether it is still there in IIMB, called WOC, or written and oral communication. We, all being engineers, we thought, time pass subject, something is to be just, whiled away, some vague quest, there's no maths, there's no problem, so what is this subject all about? And the first day we went, we were told that, you were giving this topic, you go and speak in front of the class for 5 minutes. And then the knees started shaking, because we didn't know what to say, right? And then there were big learnings for us. There were 3-page, papers which we had to summarize into one paragraph, all of which extremely important learning. And the more you rise in your career, the more this skill of communication will become important. You can't, and I do not think some people have already spoken about this, while I was listening here, that communication skill is one of the most important one that you must learn. And to end it all, you have made the right choice by joining the best institute in India. Hopefully after passing out, you will continue to stay in this country. We all get many opportunities abroad, but I can say with certainty that no other country offers the kind of excitement and opportunity that India provides today. It's definitely the fastest growing and the most exciting place to be in the world today. All the best. Have a great career ahead. Thank you.